We're here today to talk about the top 6 mistakes to avoid when starting a staffing company. I'm Ed Burr, Director of Client Growth and Strategy for Encore Funding. I think that it's important for startup companies to be aware of these issues because the more you know when you start, the better you will be long term. Mistake number one for most staffing agencies is not being legally secured. A lot of you I know that are thinking about starting a staffing company are thinking about the clients you're going to get and the employees you're going to get. But remember, you've got to protect yourself first. And the number one thing I recommend to any staffing company that's starting out is, what are you going to do about workers' compensation insurance? It's probably one of the most important things, and unfortunately, one of the more expensive things that you're going to experience. But it will save you a lot of issues later. Having an agent or a company that you feel comfortable with and that you can afford, that fits into your budget, will save you a lot of headaches later on. So make sure that that coverage is exactly what you need. Don't cut corners here. Just about every state that I have ever dealt with has a web page that talks about insurance and requirements for staffing companies. It's also always a question of whether a recruiting office and a staffing office are the same thing. In many cases, they are. So look on your state's workers' compensation website, look on your state's general website under business requirements, and many times they will be listed there. This is another reason why having an attorney assist you in opening your business, it's not going to be that expensive, but it makes sure that you have your requirements in order and you're not surprised and distracted later on. Mistake number 2 is lacking a solid financial and business plan. You know, many staffing people jump into a business and don't have an idea of what the costs are going to be. One of the other more important things that you should look at when starting your business is payroll funding. You know, you will have to pay your employees usually every week, and you're not going to be paid by your clients probably for at least 30 days and sometimes longer than that. You need a solid funding partner. And that doesn't just mean having a partner that will supply you funds. It means having a partner that will help you grow, somebody that can help you with other ideas, other ways of doing things, taking examples that they have learned throughout their vast set of knowledge and clients, and help you grow your business. At Encore Funding, that's one of the things that we pride ourselves on, is we are not just there to supply you money. We're there to help you grow your business, because at the end of the day, we both benefit from that. Mistake number 3 is starting with low rates. You know, unfortunately, many new entrepreneurs are so excited about starting their business that they try to grab whatever business is available out there at whatever the cost. I cannot caution you enough about making sure that you are at least making a little bit of money on every client that you sell. The reason is because there is always going to be an expense that will come up that you will not expect. Typically, it's workers' compensation. That's why I suggested that you use an attorney and find the best workers' compensation coverage you can have. Because these mistakes will cost you money and you need to be prepared for them. So that's why I say, do not go as low as you possibly can. Put some cushion in there to cover up for mistakes. This is going to make it a little bit harder for you in the beginning to grab clients. There is no doubt about that. So what do you have to do? You have got to sell them on two things. You've got to sell clients on your experience, and you've got to sell clients on your service. And Encore Funding is part of that service. We will assist you however we are able to help you do presentations, etc., even go to a client with you to do a presentation if you need to. I'm here for you, and that's what I do. Staffing agencies in their markets should have an idea regarding different pricing levels at different accounts. If you're coming into a market brand new, it's going to be a little difficult. The only way that there are two ways that I would get rates. Number one is from your applicants. These folks have worked at various clients before. They will tell you graciously how much they made. You can probably figure out from what they made, probably what the bill rates may have been. But the best way is to just ask the client. Now, they may or may not be honest with you, but at least it will give you an idea of an area of markup that they are working with. Both of these can be very vague examples of how to get markup rates charged clients, which is why I'm telling you, try and work in an area that you are familiar with, that you already know the clients in, that you've had experience. Mistake number 4 is not understanding the competition and how to differentiate yourself. You know, I think there are 3 ways that you can use to differentiate yourself, and not one of them has to do with pricing. The 3 ways, I think, the 3 best ways to differentiate yourself are service, experience, and oh yeah, did I say service? That is the most important thing that you can do. And many of your clients will buy that over price. Not all of them, but many of them will. And those are the clients you want to work with, because those will be long-term clients. I cannot tell you how many times I hear clients tell me that, oh, I can definitely have that conversation with John at XYZ company. We've been doing business for a long time. He understands how we work and he trusts us. That's what you have to do. And it comes down to, as I said, service, experience, and service. Mistake number 5 is operating without a niche. It's important that you start your staffing company in an area that you are familiar with, whether it's light industrial or clerical or both, whether it's technology. Do something that you are familiar with. At least in the beginning, do not jump into something new. Start with what you have had excellent past experience with. If you've only done light industrial staffing, don't worry about it. There will come clerical opportunities for you. If you've only ever done technology, stick with it to begin with. As you grow and as you gain more clients, your opportunities will grow and your opportunities will shift from light industrial to clerical to both to tech. There are a lot of different areas that you can grow in. Just concentrate on what you're familiar with in the beginning. Mistake number 6 is undervaluing the role of technology. It is so important for you to have the right type of technology for whatever business area you're going to focus in. Of course, for a startup company, the right technology may be a little bit too expensive for you. So you can do one of two things. You can bite the bullet and go out and buy the most expensive or the best technology that you can do. Or you can partner with a company like Encore Funding that can help you with some of that technology. We can definitely recommend different types of back office operating systems and front office operating systems that may suit your needs. The one thing that I would stress to anybody who is looking to start their own staffing agency is be sure this is what you want to do. Make sure that you have the experience and that you have been through the ups and downs of the staffing industry before you get started. And the reason I say this is not because this is going to be incredibly difficult, but the more you know, the more successful you will be.